Hello, Kashi here. Today, I'm going to show you how to play my game, Alemenia. There are various game modes, but before you jump into those, you first need to understand how to play the basic game. Part of this understanding how cards work, and learning piece terminology. The white meeple represents your character. The black meeple represents your nemesis, or Nem. The other three meeples represent the elementals. Red for flame, green for wood, and blue for aqua. The 5 dark crystals are hazards. The 10 yellow crystals are the star shards. You want to collect those. After which, you want to collect the gold crystal, which is called the gate core. And finally, the pink cube is known as the Orfield. It too will help you throughout the game. The game also comes with dice. You will not need these for the basic game. In addition to the deck and map cards, there are also some rules and quick reference cards. There's also a blank card with the deck back. This is so you can make a replacement card, or heck, add your own card to the game. This is of course not a normal card, and should not be included in the deck. In order to set up the basic game, you first need to shuffle the 29 card deck. Then, you take 2 of the map cards on the no terrain side, and arrange them so that the open-ended parts of the grids touch to create a 5x7 map. Next, you take the game pieces, but not the dice, and you just shake them up, and you just toss them onto the board. Obviously, they spread out a bit, so just throw those suckers on there, and quickly move through them to arrange them so that each piece is on its own space, and not halfway or sharing or anything. There you go. You shouldn't stop to think about it. It's supposed to be as random as possible. In each game, you have a new challenge, the setup of the map, and the order of the deck. Some cards are referred to up, down, left, right, or north, south, east, west. These are of course not real-world directions. You're not going to be grabbing a compass, but rather they refer to your perspective of the board. You can go ahead and walk around, not going to change. The orientation stays throughout the game, of course. Then, all you've got to do is draw up to a 4-card hand, and you've set up the game. Let's go over the rest of the rules. In the top left of each card is a symbol. This is the card's element. The cards come in the 3 elements of flame, aqua, and wood, as well as normal and special. But it is noteworthy for some other game modes that normal and special do not count as elemental cards. At the bottom right of most cards, there is this symbol that points north, south, east, or west. This is the Nem Movement symbol, and we'll get to that later. Additionally, cards have, of course, a name and effect text. Though for the elemental cards, if you know the picture, you know the rules, the effect text is mostly redundant. For the others, however, you should read them at least once to be familiar. When you play a move, most of these cards can go to any orientation, go in any direction, except not diagonal. When you do, you follow the movement as a path specified on the card. The space you end up at is where you land. The spaces in between are not landed on, but simply passed over. This differentiation is important, as different pieces on the board will have different effects based on landing on or passing over them. Each turn, after handling the effects of the card played, moving your piece, you then draw back up to a new card hand of 4 cards for your next turn. If you need to draw back up to 4, but you can't because the deck is out, you lose the game. You do not get to play the last 3 cards. If for some reason at any point your hand cannot be used in order to move yourself from your current position, then you may reshuffle the hand into the deck and draw a new one of 4 cards. However, if the entirety of your deck can't be used to move you, you lose the game. It's an unlikely case, though. In order to win the game, you want to collect all 10 star shards and the gate core. Playing a card and landing on a star shard will cause you to pick up that star shard. Passing over star shard, however, will not. Each star shard must be individually landed on, not just passed over. You may pass over the gate core, but you cannot land on the gate core until all 10 star shards have been collected. Only then can playing a card land you on the gate core, and when you do, you win the game. Most of the other pieces are hazardous, but the aura field is one piece that you can reap benefits from simply by passing over it. When you play a card that passes over the aura field, you may choose to pick it up, place it into your scoring with your star shards, and place the card used to pass over it with back into your hand or into the deck at any location of your choosing. If you land on the aura field, once again, no 2 pieces share space, nor will they at any time during the game. Landing on the aura field means you must take this option. You must collect the aura field, and the card you played is the one that you get back into your hand or into your deck at location of your choice once again. At any point later during the game, you can discard the aura field from your scoring to be non-scored in order to get another card just played back into your hand or deck at any location, as long as it is not a special card. The first use, when the aura field is first picked up, however, may be done with a special card. If you move onto the same space as Nem with a card with attack all, you successfully attack Nem. If you move onto an elemental with one of these, or with any card of the correct element, you will successfully attack that elemental. The right card to use to attack an elemental is based on the color. Aqua has advantage over flame. Wood has advantage over aqua. And flame has advantage over wood. By playing the advantage card and landing on that piece, you successfully attack it. When you successfully attack an elemental, you capture it and collect it, and it goes into your scoring area with your star shards. This is important in arcade mode, where you get bonus points for elementals. As no 2 pieces will share a space, moving on to an elemental, whether you successfully attack or not, will remove it from the board, but only successfully attacking it will put it into your scoring. Otherwise, will take damage, but either way, it is removed from the board. Just, you're not attacking, it'll go into a non-scored area. This is different with Nem, however, who is not removed from the board, but we'll get to that in a minute. Whenever you would be instructed to take damage, you discard that many cards from off the top of your deck, furthering you closer towards defeat. When the path of your movement has you pass over any enemy or hazard, even if Nem would be moving out of that path, you would take 2 damage. Anytime you land on a hazard or an elemental without successfully attacking it, it is removed from the board to a non-scored area, of course, but you take not 2 but 3 damage. When you land on something, however, take only 1 damage per other item in the path you took, rather than racking up the whole massive total. And so, passing over 2 to land on 1 deals 3 from the 1 and 1 from each of these, to a total of 5 rather than 7. With each card played, you move yourself according as you wish, and Nem moves with the Nem move symbol on the bottom right of the card. He moves 1 space in the specified direction. If that space is filled, Nem will leap over up to 3 other spaces in order to reach the empty space, or a space containing you to collide with. Your movements and Nems are considered simultaneous, at least thematically speaking, but you should handle yours first. If you would move onto Nem before Nem makes his movement, that is a collision and you take 2 damage. If you and Nem would move to the same space, that is a collision and you take 2 damage. However, if when you collide, you used an attack all card, you successfully attack Nem and take no damage. Additionally, if you move on to Nem and he doesn't move anywhere else, or you and Nem both move to the same space, obviously you still cannot occupy the same space. In this case, you choose any one of the 4 directions for Nem to move off of that space, and he will still jump over any pieces in order to get to the next empty space in that direction of your choice. If you make a movement, and Nem moves onto any part of the path, including the start, it is not counted as a full collision, but it is called a graze, and he grazes you for 1 damage still. Note, however, that a graze is not a collision, and an attack all card will not prevent you from taking that damage. If you're already applying collision or pass over damage from Nem, don't apply the graze damage. So to reiterate, let's go over what we just learned. Set up, shuffle the 29 card deck until you're sure it's mixed up well enough. Place 2 map cards to create a 5x7 grid. Toss the game pieces onto that map and arrange it so each piece stays on its own space. Once each piece is standing on its own space, draw a 4-card hand and you're ready to play. With each card played, passed over star shards are not collected, landed on star shards are. And they go into your scoring. Star shards will never be removed from the board to a non-scored area, and hazards will never be scored. Simple enough. When you play a movement, you move according to its specification. Also note that Nem will move with the Nem movement symbol. S and pointing down, that's south, will move there, and when he moves into your path, he'll take a damage of graze. Damage taken in each case can be referenced on the quick reference cards included within the game, which will also note the elemental advantage used to capture elementals. Continue going through your deck and try to win before it runs out. Then, once you have all the star shards, the blast card moves you onto the gate core. You've won the game. And there you go. That is how you play the basic game of Alemenia. Now you know how to play, try it out for yourself. Then, try out the other game modes. There are a lot to choose from. Thank you for watching. Comment your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe to see more. Vote for this in the contest. I'm Kashi. You're awesome. I hope to see you again in the next one.